Once Alba and the Spanish occupiers began to levy the new tax, Orange, sensing the people's discontent, began an invasion. Allying with French Protestants, the Huguenot commander Francois de la Noue captured the towns Valenciennes and Mons in May 1572. In the north, practically all of Holland and Zeeland united for Orange, as well as Friesland and eastern half of Gelderland. Like William's first campaign, the prince marched through Brabant, and in August, the city of Mechlin welcomed Orange as a liberator. Also in August, several thousand Huguenots were murdered in the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. William could no longer expect aid from his French allies, and the French army that were already in the Low Countries were stranded. From Mechlin, William raced south to relieve the men who had garrisoned Mons. However, Alba was awaiting Orange with not only a siege circle facing the city, a circumvallation line, but an outer ring to repel a relief force called a contravallation line. When William camped near the siege, Alba sent a raid against Orange in the middle of the night. William was awakened by his dog and fled just in time to escape with his life. William fled to Holland with no army. Mons surrendered. To set a deterrent example to those towns who had been friendly to Orange and the rebels, Alba allowed Mechlin to be sacked and gave free rein to his soldiers on the townsfolk. His army then marched to Zutphen, where a couple thousand Dutch citizens were slaughtered. When the city administrators of Naarden saw the Spanish army approaching, they desperately tried appeasing the Spanish by hosting a banquet. After the officers had ate, they summoned all the men from Naarden, closed the doors to the town hall, and murdered all the men of the city by sword, by club, or by butt end of musket. The Spanish army marched through Holland to Haarlem. Expecting the town to capitulate quickly, the Spanish were surprised to find not only a capable garrison, but an acute determination from Haarlem's citizens down to the women. The residents within expected the same fate that had befallen Naarden, Zutphen, and Mechlin, and so decided to go fighting to the bitter end. Though women helping to defend their city was common, a particularly vivacious legend tells of a Haarlem citizen named Kenna. One historical record is that she worked day and night hauling cartloads of earth to mend breaches in the city wall. Another account is that she made wreaths dipped in tar. When the Spanish attempted an assault, Kenna would stand on the city wall to skillfully throw the lit rings of fire around the neck of the enemy. Along with the determined citizens, the resistance was made possible by the Prince of Orange in Delft coordinating with the other towns of Holland. Through the large lake adjoining Haarlem, Orange was able to keep supply of food and weapons for the besieged. Only after the Royalists were able to amass enough ships to defeat the Beggars' fleet on the lake did Haarlem negotiate for terms of surrender. All of Europe watched as a world power was brought to terms by a rebel city. The siege had the opposite effect as a deterrent for the Dutch people. From December to July, Haarlem withstood the might of the Spanish. In 7 months, 8,000 of Philip II's soldiers died from 2 failed storms and from disease brought with the cold and the wet. Haarlem became known in Algiers as the Spanish graveyard, and the city's legacy of resistance, the curse upon the House of Alba.